All right, Black Barn Social Club. Longer video today about swapping out this Mr. Cool condenser. So a couple weeks ago, installed this thing, and it showed up. I mean, the company's been fine, but it showed up with a little bit of a dent in the front. The package didn't look bad, so I went ahead and accepted it. Contacted them about the dent or whatever, and they sent me a replacement panel. I just hadn't put it on yet. When I put everything together, hooked it up, it was throwing an error code on the units inside, which was basically saying some kind of an electrical fault. And long story short, after contacting them, they agreed to replace the unit. So that's what's in the back of my truck right now, is the replacement unit. So what I've got to do now, I guess I can walk around there and show you. It's a longer video. What I've got to do now is that big blue package there. And they did this pretty quick. They were very helpful. So I'm, like I said, again, I'm very pleased with how they're handling this situation. But what I've got to do is get this unit, this one, off the pad and headed back that way. Future project, maybe. I've got to send this off the pad and get it headed back that way. Then I'm going to pull my truck around here and get it unloaded. And by the end of the day, or really in a couple hours, I hope to have the new unit sitting on this pad, connected, and heat and air going inside. So a little bit of going to get some help lined up. There's the I mean, would you just look at that? What a day. So anyway, that's what I'm doing right now. I'll figure out a way to put all this together into one video when I'm done. But again, this is me just replacing a kind of a bum part. It's no big deal. A little bit of extra work, and again, they were kind enough to make it worth my while. So talk soon. All right. We are next phase. I've got the old unit here. I had to slide it and kind of work it 6 inches at a time all the way back over here. You can probably relate. So now I got to go get the new one, get in the truck and move it around to the other side, and then we'll get it unloaded and replaced on that pad. So, like I said, I don't know how choppy this video is going to be. Apologies for that, but you know, you're a one-man show. Talk soon. Got the truck backed in, and we've got to get here. So this was that pad I teased, showing just 3 pavers locked in with some quickcrete, and like I said, when it's all said and done, I'll break the forms off after a while. But like I said, that is going to come down here. We'll get it hooked back up. We'll go from there. Got these 2 off of Amazon. So these are where the line sets come through the wall. I think I had a few choices. I had white, brown, and this gray. They didn't have a black. I don't know what's up with that, but you know. Anyway, if nothing else, it's under my lean-to out in the very back, so it's not necessarily going to be an eyesore. Putting it back here gives me the ability to still pull complete vehicles in and through with no obstruction to any of this. And it's a pretty slick setup because nothing can ever, really damage the unit under here. So I don't know. And like I said, in all honesty, it was the least visibly affected, or at least it's the least eyesore to the rest of the house. So anyway, let's get the thing out of the truck. Talk soon. All right, checking back in. We have the new unit completely installed. Really and truly, it was pretty dadgum simple. maybe an hour, and swapping the fittings over and kind of getting it set up. But so again, the way the instructions read is now that I've got the line sets connected out here, now that I've got the AC power out here, it's a 240 unit coming in from my AC disconnect. That is a fused disconnect. I don't know that you have to, but I went ahead and did it. So fused 40 amp disconnect there, coming over to the unit. And then from the unit here, I've got two different air handlers inside, and both of those are self-powered from the compressor. So according to the instructions, now I got to go inside and you know, I'm kind of letting this, I've already turned the breaker on, kind of letting it get powered up and ready. That's kind of how it sets back here. And the way I was talking about earlier, I had an option of putting it on this corner back here, but that would have been visible from the backyard. Didn't want that. Didn't want to put it on the other side. That's where my driveway comes around. But here you can see, you know, it's got the 12 inches it needs off the wall. I could probably come out a little bit further if I wanted, but it still gives me plenty of room to get a vehicle all the way through, trailer, whatever I have going on back here. So I'm gonna go inside now and see if we can't power this thing up. And hopefully I don't get the same alarms that I had earlier on the other unit. So there's the smaller unit. I want to say that's the 18,000 BTU unit. Come in here. There's the larger of the two units. And I know I've probably done this in another video, but since this is a little bit longer, here's where the line set terminates for the inside unit for this one on the back side of this wall. So like I said, I've got the line sets connected. I've got a pump for the condensate, everything, and then I've got a panel to cover that up. So let me take a moment to power these things up, and I'll come back and talk more. All right, so right now I'm doing a test run of this Mr. Cool multi-zone system. And the first thing it tells you is turn it on, switch to cool, and go as cold as it will, which is in this case 62 degrees. Seems like they're working fine with no error code like last time, so I am already tickled. Biggest thing I noticed right away is, I mean, they put out a ton of air. Like I'm feeling, you know, they're amazingly quiet, but I'm feeling quite a bit of air back over here. So I think it's gonna be pretty slick. It tells you to do this for 5 minutes and then switch over to heat and pick the highest heat setting and let it run for 5 minutes, which I'll probably feel that because it's a little bit cool out here today. It's 55 degrees inside the barn. And would you just look at that? While I'm waiting on this stuff to run, I don't know if you can see on the video, but I am gonna have to do some touching up of the paint. I'm still not 100% happy where they came out and they patched a few places I was concerned about, or they fixed a few places. I can definitely see differences, or I can still see a little bit of roller marks. So again, it's not perfect just yet, but I've got some touching up to do. I'll come back to you on the heat setting, and then we'll wrap this up. All right, Black Barn Social Club. I don't know why I'm doing this. This is a continuation of a longer form video, so I just broke in for no reason. I'm on the warming or the heat test phase. Still pretty quiet, and it's warm. I think this is going to work out quite nice. Highest they'll go is 86 degrees, which is pretty dadgum hot. Speaking of pretty hot. Oh man. She's going out back to help me. She doesn't know that it only took an hour and I'm already inside with the heat. Just going around the long way. Anyway, it's coming together. I think she's coming around. Here we go. There's Pacey.
It feels warm in here. Is that the heat?
Heat's on. I am. Pacey.
I can't check it out, Daddy.
All right. That's going to be the end of it. We're going to run through and let it work for a little while, but it's already warmed up a couple of degrees in here, and it's pretty happy. So even though it was a lot of hassle switching it out back and forth, that can happen to anything. Overall, really happy with how they handled it, and they made things right. So I guess the Mr. Cool is done. Y'all leave any questions you got for me, and I'll try to answer them for you. You guys be blessed. Talk soon.